Alrighty you guys, so there has been some balance adjustments. Now these balance adjustments I thought Global had at the very beginning. I don't know why they didn't just kind of throw them in at the very beginning, kind of weird. But anywho, balance adjustments are in for certain characters, basically characters that don't get too much, well, I don't know about you guys, but they don't get too much usage from my end. But yeah, so Fushiguro is, I think, out of all the characters that got like a overhaul in terms of getting buffed up. So I've got the whole cast of, there's only 4 memory cards I got buffed, and then yeah, the rest are characters. So everything that has been changed is all in here, but just for visual reasons we'll keep it nice and sweet over here. Okay, so pretty much the first skill is getting an increase. So if Divine Dog Totality is active, increases own break damage by 40%. Before it was at 20%, and then for level 1, we'll do level 1 just to make it easier for us, deals 230% Jujutsu damage to a selected enemy. So bit of a big jump in terms of percentages, so that's actually pretty nice. Obviously Fushiguro himself as a hinderer for a blue typing isn't too bad. I think for right now, for global, he's still fairly decent to have and use. But yeah, even with the adjustments that he has had, respectfully, as time goes on, and especially with the acceleration of global, his value will decrease. But for right now, if you do have him, or if you've worked on him, then you should be okay. And this is just a nice little extra touch for him. In terms of his second adjustments, again, it's more to do with the Divine Dog. If it's active, then you get a break damage of 40%, and you do an increased damage of 192 for the Jujutsu. So it's a fairly big jump. It's not too bad. It's like an extra 50% jump, and then an extra 20% on the break damage, as per usual on the first skill. And then the... wait, did he get an... oh yeah, so he got like an extra 20% on his third skill to do more damage on AoE, so that's not too bad. And then his ultimate, yep, so same again, he's getting an extra 20% on his break damage, an extra 10% on his decreased damage received, and then his damage going up by 370 to where it was at 300, so an extra 70 on that one, 70%. And then when it comes to the Divine Dog Totality, when that is active, how much do they give you? Damn, 121. That is a big jump. So you can cap it at 1,000. Not too bad, not too bad. So a big jump on that one. Basically, just making it so that your break damage is more high up there, or more increased, and damage overall has been buffed up for Fushiguro, of course, and that's pretty much that. I believe his skills, oh, they do get a bit of a buff. So if Divine Dog Totality is active, decreases own damage received by 20%, so that's an extra 10%. And then I'll surpass you. At the start of the battle, increase own damage by 50%. Effective when selected enemy is in break status, of course. So that's an extra 30% you're getting out of it. So yeah, a slight little damage overhaul completely for Fushiguro. So that's actually not too bad to have. So again, if you've worked on this character, if you have him at the ready, then that's something that you can make good use of for the yeah, global side of things. So that's a W. Maki, on the other hand, oh, okay. So her auto skill is what is getting buffed up here. So what's going on with Maki? Let's see. So I believe, wait, yeah, so that stays the same, that stays the same. Yeah, so I honestly, I feel like she's the character that needs the overhaul. So at the start of the battle, increases own taijutsu by 15%. The more enemies in the wave, the greater the damage boost. So it was at 7%, it goes to 15%. I'm sorry, that's not gonna save her. So not a character that we need to concern ourselves with. So yeah, I'm surprised that she didn't get more. Panda, yes, Panda. So command skill, I have to take it head on. Cursed energy cost has now been changed. Rather than 40, it's now down to 25, and then all out attack, rather than 30, it's now 15. W, we take those. And then the ultimate skill is the other that got the buffed, so we will head over here. So yeah, his energy cost is very nice on the amount of cost. So yeah, so the taunt has gone down to now to 25, and then his skill that does most of his damage outside of his ultimate has also been reduced. So that's fantastic. The ultimate, let's have a look what we got going on over here. So you're in the gorilla mode state, increases own taijutsu damage by 80%. Before it was at 20%, so that's huge. and then of course everything else stays the same, and nothing else changes. So lower cost on the cursed energy for his skill 2 and skill 3, and then on his ultimate it's increasing your taijutsu damage by, yeah, damn, that is an increase of a 60%, so that is a W. So we'll take that. We will gladly take that for Panda. Jogo, the free Jogo, of course, which I would hold back on getting these free characters, because if they're going crazy on speed, Mahito will be in the game more sooner than you think. But we'll go over it. He also did get a huge overhaul, as you guys can see. So let's have a look on what Jogo is doing. Okay, cool. So no adjustments on his received damage when targeted by a reverse curse technique. That's fine. Okay, so in terms of his skill 1, melee combined damage of taijutsu and jujutsu, taijutsu being 85.8%, jujutsu being 15.8%. So, oh my god, okay, that is a massive increase. Jujutsu got a huge buff from that one, so his skill 1 is going to be doing a hell of a lot of damage now. In terms of his skill 2, same thing. Oh no, okay, so his skill 2 no longer has the combination of taijutsu and jujutsu. They've pretty much just they've just made it so that his jujutsu damage on his skill 2 is now 348. So I guess his skill 1 is going to be a mixture of 2, and then his skill 2 is full-on range jujutsu, which kind of makes sense, to be honest. So that is massive. And then his skill 3, yep, pretty much got a nice little boost too, of 40%. Deals 129, or technically 50%, deals 129 range jujutsu damage to one random enemy for 3 times, of course. So that's not too bad, not too bad. Damage being buffed. I mean, that's his role, to be honest, being a damage dealer, so it kind of makes sense. Okay, his domain expansion deals 459 range jujutsu damage to all enemies. So that is practically a double booster by the looks of it, times 2, I would say. And then his domain, let's see, what is his domain expansion doing? Okay, so pretty much grants a guaranteed hit effect and attack immunity notification to self, deals 100% continuous jujutsu flame damage to all enemies. All the buffs and whatnot stay the same. It's basically that his continuous jujutsu damage flame gets an increase of a 60%. So that is yeah, that's nice. And then when it comes to his auto skills, if own HP is 50% or below, increases own jujutsu damage by 50% rather than it being 25%. So that's an increase of a 50 or 50-50 basically. We'll take that. And then the essence of curse or curses at the start of the wave recovers own curse energy by 10. So now at the start of each turn, if cursed energy is 10 or below, then you recover 10 curse energy up to 3 times during the battle. Damn, they kind of nerfed that, didn't they? Okay, alright, it is what it is. Okay, so that's pretty much Jogo in a nutshell. I mean, then again, not many of us, or not anyone, I don't know if anyone actually has him or chose to actually purchase him. I wouldn't do it, personally. Hanami. Let's see on what Hanami is cooking up. Okay, alrighty, so here is Hanami, of course. So the characteristic does stay the same, that's fine. In terms of skill 1, increase in damage of an extra 30%, because we're at 101 now, rather than it being 70% range jujutsu damage. And then the higher the enemy's ultimate skill count, the greater the damage. So yeah, that's not too bad. In terms of the second skill, an increase of damage by the looks of it, 292 range jujutsu damage to where it was at 210. So yeah, we'll take that. That is actually, wait, what does it cap actually? Damn, okay, that is a massive increase. Okay, and then the skill 3, ooh, okay, I kind of want to see how this works. Curse energy cost is changed from 40 to 35. Okay, so the skill is still the same, decreases all enemies damage received, or damage, sorry, by 19.8%, and then increases own ultimate skill gauge charge rate by 50%, but the cost of it is just 5 cursed energy lower. Okay, that's not too bad. The ultimate stays the same. Auto skill, ooh, okay, hold on a minute, okay. So the essence of curses is changing. At the start of each turn, if curse energy is 10 or below, recovers own curse energy by 20 up to 2 times during battle. At the start of the battle, reduces own damage received by 20%. You know what? Yeah, so that's a fairly decent buff, to be honest. We'll take that. We'll take that. Okay, so that is pretty much Hanami in a nutshell. So yeah, it's not too bad on that one. So the next up we've got Nanami, which is a fairly easy one. So basically skill 3, when critical hit or black flash is performed, increases damage dealt, and then his ultimate, when critical hit is performed, increases damage dealt. So that's pretty much the brief change on Nanami, nothing too crazy. Mai, the SR character, and Rindo also did get a little bit of a change up, so we'll go over those in just, well, right now, of course. So I don't know if people utilize this Mai, of course, but yeah, so her second skill, so grants concealed status to self for 3 turns and then increases own taijutsu damage by 100%. So the conceal is going up by an extra turn, and then the increase in damage, so it's basically giving you more turns on the buff, so that's completely fine. In terms of the third skill, the stun is, oh, okay, so she's getting a much higher chance to stun. That's a W. Okay, that's something to utilize if people are needing that. Not too bad on that part. Ultimate stays the same, and then the auto skill deals 100% taijutsu damage to select the enemy. There's a 70% chance rather than it being doing 20%. Okay, well, that's actually not too bad. Follow-up preparation status when an ally performs a melee attack. Okay, cool. So yeah, just a much higher chance to stun, get that extra damage going, and just giving you that additional round of her second skill buff. That's kind of Mai in a nutshell. If anyone wants to utilize that, I probably won't be. Although it's honestly it's a W in terms of if you are in need of yellow coverage, we'll say that. So when it comes to, oh god, Rindo, of course, ultimate increases the amount of the lower own HP is the greater the damage. I've never been a fan of this character. This character is still kind of meh. And yeah, with that ultimate, I'm just, I don't know, it's not really doing much to me. Is that it? Is that the only thing that she changed? That's it? That's the only thing that you wanted to add it on her? Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. So now we got the recollection. So we got pride. So the effect duration of the recollection skill is set to 8 turns. So if I show you guys right here. Okay, so this is the pride. So I'm sure a lot of people are making good use of this. If you have access to this, this is one of the best free-to-play cards to have. So this is kind of where we're at. It basically, yeah, it's just the turns that are being extended. That's all. So that's the only change. No, unfortunately, no damage increase, anything like that. So that's the change that's been made on that one. Rock Solid Formation, another free-to-play one. The effect duration of the recollection skill is set to 7 turns. Even if draw attack is nullified due to the automatic skill related to the disruption, immobilization, or counterattack, it will now consume a draw attack to now consume a draw attack effect count. There we go. So again, if you do have access to that, this one, this to be fair, this isn't actually too bad. So in terms of what the card is. So pretty much, when the command skill is active, grants taunt status to self, again 7 turns 2 times, and then decreases own damage received by 29%. Again, that's done for 7 turns, so turns extension on that one. Yeah, wait, hold on a minute. Am I missing something here? No. Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. And then we have got Educator. So the effect duration of the recollection skill is set to 6 turns now. With this one, it's the rare one. I don't know if anyone uses this, but you know, there you go. 6 turns out of it. When command skill ultimate skill is active, decreases own Jujutsu damage received by 13%. I don't know if anyone's making use of this rare card, but it is what it is. And then Unity from the top to bottom. The effect of the auto skill has been changed to even if this attack causes the target to break, it will trigger the auto skill once. Alright, so this is probably one of the ones that I don't know about you guys, this is my ult chaser. I love it. So with this one, it's the LB1 that's getting changed up. So if if the selected enemy is in break status when attacking, fills own ultimate skill gauge by 200 one time. Whereas if the selected enemy is in break status when attacking, fills ultimate skill gauge by 200. So it's just that stipulation that's been applied onto this. So again, and that's basically all the buffs. Again, I'm very surprised on why this wasn't just added day 1 onto global. Just doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So that's all the changes that are being made for the global side of things in terms of the current set of recollection and characters. So honestly, I don't think it's anything too major. Nothing that we need to kind of concern. I mean, yeah, this recollection card getting that LB1. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it's just, for me personally, it's like just taking note of pride and unity. What was it, from the top to bottom? Nanami getting that buff is nice because I do utilize Nanami quite nicely. I am happy about Panda's change, of course, so there's that. But I think for the rest, I'm not really too concerned with, to be fair. Although Fushiguro did also get a nice little damage overhaul, so that's something that you guys can make good use of if that is a character that you've worked on, and he's a nice little blue user at the current moment of time. But again, as time goes on, value will be dropped, so it is what it is. But anyway, those are the buffs, those are the changes for global. I believe they are going to be taking in effect during today's reset, so in like 2 hours time from when I'm recording this. But yeah, those are all the changes.